Hey everyone, it's James from FunFoods, and today we have a special recipe we're going to be making, and that is we're going to be making Fruity Pebbles Pop-Tarts. I can't talk. Fruity Pebbles Pop-Tarts. That's what we're going to be making today, and it's a very simple recipe. We're going to use Fruity Pebbles cereal. If you don't know what that is, if you can't get it in your country, you can use other kinds of cereal, but Fruity Pebbles cereal, really cool. We're going to be making Pop-Tarts that are Fruity Pebble Pop-Tarts, and you'll see how it's done in just a few minutes. How's everyone doing today? We are going to get into it pretty good. Right now, I've already preheated my oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is a fun recipe. I have a lot of really fun recipes coming up. Hello, Melina, or I'm sorry, Melanie. Oh, I can't read. Melanie on Facebook. How are you? Karate Joe on YouTube. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Is it Wajdan Ahmed? It's me. Hello. All my kitties. Hey, how are you? Karen. Hey, how are you doing? So yeah, we're going to be making these Fruity Pebble Pop-Tarts. It's a very simple recipe. Really cool to do. Hi over on Kara and Phyllis. How are you? So Jacob. All right. So what we're going to do is it's a very simple thing to make. We're going to start off by using pre-made pie crust. And the reason I do this when I'm in a live stream, it's just important to try to keep things going. I can make my own homemade pie crust, but it's going to take time if I do that. I like to keep these live streams under an hour, preferably a half hour or so we're not dragging on forever. Tell us your Pop-Tart secrets. Yeah, the secret is to use pre-made pie crust. It's a very simple way to do it. Now, they come in that thing comes with 2 pie crusts to it. You made the Oreo milkshake. Oh, awesome. That is a fun recipe I've done before, the Oreo milkshake. This pie crust, so if you use this pie crust, for instance, this Pillsbury pie crust, it does recommend you leave it out for 60 to 90 minutes because if not, it'll be too firm because you need to be able to roll it out. You madman. Yes, it's 6 p.m. there. Well, it's 6 p.m. here too. I'm on the East Coast in the U.S., so awesome. You should make a Cocoa Puffs Pop-Tart. Maybe I might do that. I have some Cocoa Puffs. But you guys are going to help you out. Hi, it's you. Cool. How are you? Kelsey? You're good. Awesome. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to angle the cameras down. I'll let you know what's going on this weekend. I'll be at Playlist Live in Orlando, Florida. So if you're going to be there, say hello. Lots of stuff coming on this Sunday. I have a really cool recipe coming out this Sunday. I'm so happy about it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not even going to hint. Well, I'll give you a little hint. It has to do with a creator I met or not met, but I figured him out. I don't know if the right word is. I discovered him. He's been around. I just discovered him in London, VidCon London, a couple weeks ago. Really cool. So I wanted to make something, and that's coming out this Sunday. That's all I can tell you. It's really cool, though. Hi from South New Jersey. Hello, Nancy. So I'm going to angle the cameras down so you can see what we're doing here, and that way everyone can see what's going on. All right, I think that's good. All right, so I have a cookie sheet right here, and the cookie sheet, you can use any old cookie sheet. You can use parchment paper. It really doesn't matter for this recipe. So I'm going to take my pie crust, my pre-made pie crust, take it out of the plastic, and roll this out. Now, of course, our Pop-Tarts, we're going to want our Pop-Tarts to be rectangle shape, and the pie crust is going to come like a big circle because, that's how most pies are. Now, I just have this little cutout. This is a 3x4 cutout. You can use a bigger one if you want, maybe a 4x5 or 3x5. I think 3x5 is good, but I'm going to use this just as a guide to keep them because I want at least 2 identical ones. And I'm going to use this magic tool that I use for cutting pie crust. If you can guess what it is, you get a prize. Not really, but not even close. Hi, how are you, Bevy? Okay, so all I'm going to do is just cut this pizza cutter. No, that's not what this is. So I'm going to cut this just to make straight lines and save the dough because you can roll this out and cut it some more. Press it down, roll it out so that you can make more of these. So right now I'm just doing a very basic cutout, and I'm cutting longer than I need to. And then just cut it this way. And then I'm going to move this over here, and we should get about, I thought we would, but maybe not. Those two are going to be good anyway. Rest of these might be off a little, but these two are going to be perfect. These, not so much. Guess I should have measured out first, but that's all right. All right, so I'm just going to move these. Like I said, we can press these in together and roll them back out. Just make sure that you roll them out. That's my oven telling me it's ready. Why am I so tired? I am too. Hello from California. How are you, Debbie? How are you? Oh, Debbie. Hey, how are you doing? So do you have kids? I do not have children. Is a pizza cutter. Yes, that was a pizza cutter. Yes, I fooled you. How often do you use Snapchat? Not as often as I used to. I used to use it a lot more often. I don't that much anymore. I've been using a lot of Instagram stories as opposed to Snapchat stories. Just what I've been doing. Okay, so now that we have that, what we got to do now is we're going to put some stuff in the center, and what I'm going to do is I'm using, again, some strawberry jam. You can make your own strawberries to put in the center, or you can use whatever type of fruit you'd like. Hello from Las Cruces, New Mexico. How are you? Good. I'm good. So I like your kitchen. Thank you so much. Hello from California. Oh, that's, I already read that. You like Gordon Ramsay Jr.? I guess he's okay. I never met him. Why am I so tired? How often do you use Snapchat? Oh, I think I read those. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to fill some strawberry jam here. Now, be careful not to put too much on here, because you want to keep it just in the middle, and you want to leave at least about a ½ inch all the way around. Now, actually, you only want one of them on each, so only 3 of these are going to be filled with the jam out of the 6. There we go. And a little bit of this jam goes a long way. Now, we have that. I have a simple egg wash. So right here, I just have some egg, and I'm going to put a little bit of water in there. Simple egg wash. Just use a fork, beat it. And what this is going to do, this is going to act as the glue, so we can glue these together. You'll see in a moment. So there we go. Now I have a brush here. I'm going to just take this. I'm going to brush about a ½ inch around the sides here. Sorry if it gets on the baking mat. It won't hurt anything. All right. So we're going to brush around here. And I'm only doing this on the ones with the jam. All right, so that part's done at the moment. Now we're going to take these and match them up. Just take them and put it right over top on those. And use your fingers at first to kind of seal around the edges. Just push it in. And do the same with the other ones. And just make sure all that jam stays in the middle. You can see how much jam puffs up right there. So that little bit of jam goes a long way. So be very careful not to put too much jam in there. It's tempting, but don't do it. Actually, I think this one might be a bit too much jam, but we'll make it work. You see that one doesn't match up perfectly. It's best if you really take the time and lay it out and cut it perfectly and everything, but actually I'm going to just make this look a little better. It's all about appearances, right? Has to look good. So I'm just going to take these now that they're all on there pretty good. Now we have that. Now what we got to do is you can just take a fork. Can you make Mountain Dew green eggs and Code Red? Good suggestion, Dylan. Do you watch other live streams? I do sometimes. You had a long, funny day? Oh, cool. Let's see. Do you remember Francisco Garcia? If yes, he's my dad. The name sounds very familiar. I cannot place him though. You're just ever thought you'd make this? So now, if you notice, we haven't really put the Fruity Pebbles part yet. That's going to be going on top. Now, just take a fork, and this is how we're going to get those sides to look like an actual Pop-Tart, right? It also seals it in. We pushed it with our fingers, but we want to really make sure it's sealed in really well. It's all about how it looks, right? There we go. And like I said, I already preheated my oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to put these in there. And it's probably going to take about 10 to 12 minutes. I am going to check it, but we're not quite done with preparing it yet. Just make these little marks. And like I said, that one pie crust made 3, but it probably would make 4 if I re-rolled out this, which I'm not going to do right now. But we're going to do this. There we go. So that part's good. Now what we got to do is there's 2 more things we're going to do. We're going to take more of that egg wash and cover the top of this. This is going to make it golden brown. It's going to, when it bakes, cover that. It's going to look nice. That egg wash on there. And there's one more thing we're going to need to do before we put it in the oven. All right, so that's good. Now, you got to poke some holes in this so it doesn't just blow up, especially in the middle with the jelly and the jam. So all we got to do, it's all about the taste. That's what it cares. Well, yeah, true. We're going to poke some holes. You could use a fork, but I found the blunt edges of the fork, it's not as good. So I like to use a toothpick and just make a couple holes throughout here. That way, when it heats up, it doesn't just explode and break. So about 9 to 12 holes, depending on, you know, how much stuff you do or how big you make it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just enough so it doesn't blow up, not explode or anything. All right, so now that we got that done, we're going to take this, we're going to put this in the oven. And like I said, my oven's already preheated. And we'll do this part before we do the Fruity Pebbles part. So stay tuned for the Fruity Pebbles. All right, so I preheated my oven to 450 degrees, and right now it's in there. I put 8 minutes on the timer just to be sure. I'm going to move some of the stuff out of the way. And we're going to make the topping that goes on top. Now, we're going to have a sauce, and then on top of that sauce, or icing, I should say, we're going to have an icing. On top of that icing, we're going to put our Fruity Pebbles. Now, what color icing should I make? I'm thinking pink, blue, somewhere around there. So let me start off. So we're going to need a bowl. This is just a medium bowl, and this is powdered sugar in here. It's a little more than a cup of powdered sugar. We're going to make our icing, and you can wait until it's all done, but I'm going to make it ahead of time. Can you mail me a Pop-Tart? Yeah, absolutely. White to make a classic Pop-Tart. Oh, but pink, blue. So here are the choices I think. I think either pink, which regular blue, or this teal blue. These are the choices I'm thinking, but as always, you guys decide. So far, pink's winning. pink. Because we're going to remember, we're going to put the icing on. Then we're going to put our Fruity Pebbles, which, if you don't know what Fruity Pebbles are, that's what Fruity Pebbles are. So we're going to put our icing on. Then we're going to sprinkle some Fruity Pebbles on them. And Fruity Pebbles are good. It's been a while since I had them. All right. Teal, purple, green. You just host up the video. Cool. Hello from England. Hello. I was in England a couple weeks ago in London. I also went to Eastbourne and Brighton. Pink. Well, pink and teal kind of are neck and neck here. We're getting close. I don't know what I should do. Yellow is a good choice too. Purple's a good choice. Pink or teal. I think it's coming down to these two, pink or teal. So we got pink or teal. Couple teals. Teal. Ooh, YouTube has a lot of teals. Facebook has a lot of pinks. Who should I listen to, YouTube or Facebook? Pinks or teals? So, ooh, I don't know. Byron says Facebook. Your choice. Teal. Lots of teals. So someone said Facebook. Pink and teal. Well, yeah, true. I could divide it in half. I don't know. But I only have 3 Pop-Tarts. A color. Oh, a bunch of teals came out on Facebook. It looks like teal's going to win. I don't know. Should we go teal? It's still close, teal or pink. It's still so close. One of each. Teal, blue. You have more than one. Yeah, that's true. I'll make this and then I'll divide it between teal and blue. Or teal and pink. I'm sorry. So we're going to do 2 colors, teal and pink, because it was just too close. All right. So to make this is a very, very simple way to make some frosting. Now you can put this through a strainer, or sift it. That's how most people do it, and that's how it makes it really smooth. It's not that necessary, to be honest with you, but sometimes people like it that way, and that's fine. Now, to do this, I am going to use some milk. Now, you can use water as well, but I think it has a smoother taste with milk. Now, I'm not measuring this out because we do have to add a little bit and then mix it. Just do a little bit at a time. You can always add more. Mix this up. I will need some more in a minute, but be careful not to add too much, because it looks like you're not using a lot, but then as you mix it, it soaks in all that powdered sugar and like I said, you can use water. I just like the taste of it. Listen to Facebook and YouTube and just pick the color. Do half pink, half teal. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to divide it up into 2 different ones. And what we're really going for is a consistency that is a little runny, but not too runny. And I'll show you in a minute. That's where we have to be really careful about adding our milk. See, at this point, you can see most of that sugar is in there, but it's not the consistency we want. So we do have to add milk, but at this point, add very little bit at a time. A little bit goes a long way. And if you do add too much, you can put more powdered sugar in there, and that will help. Or you can just let it sit out a little longer. We're getting close. Just And you also have to account for, especially if you use, let's say, water-based food coloring, because when you add that in, it's going to liquefy it a little more. So add that into your factor. Go a little bit more. We're so close. That might be a little too much, but yeah, I think we're done with the milk. So we're going to mix this up. And of course, our Pop-Tarts aren't done yet, so we have to wait until they're done cooking. And you have to let them cool down, because if you try to add this on top when it's hot, it's just going to run all over the place. But see that consistency, how it's like that? That's pretty good. Now, we are going to divide this up because you guys did say teal and pink. It says I have 46 seconds left. Let me take a look. I'm not quite done yet, but that's good. Put another 2 minutes left on there. I only set it for 8 minutes to begin with because I didn't want to overcook it. So, all right, so let's divide this up. And we really don't need a lot of this icing, especially with only 3 Pop-Tarts. You really don't. So we'll go, the small one will go teal, I think. What do you think? Whoever has the most views. So we'll go with teal on the small one. And we'll mix that in. You can just use a spoon to mix it up. I do kind of like that color now. That is nice. It's a pretty color, especially when we put the pink right next to it. It's really going to pop. Teal and pink. There we go. There we go. That's the teal one. Now the pink. This is open, right? Nope. It would help if it was open. There we go. Were you supposed to put some vanilla in the mixture? Yes. Good. Yeah, it's just sitting right there and I didn't put it in, but I can add some to it. It really isn't going to have too much of a flavor. I'm going to add just a couple drops. Glad I had you guys to tell me. You can use any flavoring you like. I even thought about making a bubblegum, but I thought it'd be too crazy to do bubblegum and Fruity Pebbles. All, you know, a little bit too crazy. All right, so I got to pull this out of the oven. Just about done. Don't let me forget that. Actually, by the time I'm done putting the pink in there, that should be just about ready. This. Here we go. All right, that should be good. Now that I got pink food coloring, oh no, everywhere. That is a mess. Hi, James, it's Nicole, and the food coloring water base. No, this is gel base, but if you did use water base, you really have to be careful. All right, let me clean that off. Now I have a nice pink spot on my fake counter. In case you're wondering, this is not real wood. It's actually just, it's like wallpaper, basically, wrapped around wood. All right, so where's my oven? I seem so unprepared. Happy Tuesday. All right, so this is what they look like. They're coming out of the oven. Look at that. Perfect. We're going to let these cool down. So I'm just going to set those aside. And we're still going to mix up our pink. Pink and blue. Pink looks good too. I think it looks better in there as opposed to on my countertop, but you know, hey. All right, let's mix this up. Yeah, the pink and teal blue are really good, really complementary colors, I think. Really stand out nice and bright. There we go. So as you see, like this consistency is just a good consistency. And like I said, you can let it sit. A little bit thicker than this might be even better, but that's good. We're going to let this sit while we let our Pop-Tarts cool down a little bit. Because we try to put them on, this stuff's just going to run all over the place. We don't want that. All right, let me move this stuff out of the way. And of course, once we put those on, we got to put some Fruity Pebbles on there. You're making these tomorrow. Yeah, it's so easy. It's so simple to do, but it's fun. So we are going to pull off our Pop-Tarts. I'm going to move this out of the way just so they can cool a little easier. So I'm going to put them on this plate so they'll cool down a bit. Now the hard part is getting them off. Oh, not too bad. Because some of that jam has seeped out. I think they look pretty good. Not bad at all. All right. So they will continue to cool down. Be careful if you touch that jam. Very, very hot. All right, and of course y'all have to pick which one I put I guess I'll do 2 pink and 1 teal because you can see how it kind of crusts a little bit as it's just sitting there. So it does start to harden up once you make it. So sometimes it's a good idea to wait to make this until these are cooled down completely, but that's okay. So let me angle this up and we'll talk a little bit while we let these cool down. And angle my Facebook camera up. So you're making those tomorrow. Love the colors. Thank you. Yeah, so that they are going to be our Pop-Tarts, or what did I call them? Yeah, Fruity Pebble Pop-Tarts. I had to look back there. I don't even know. Wow, that's like crooked. 1 pink, 1 teal. Oh, a pink and teal swirl. That's a good suggestion. So was it Christy on Facebook says I should make 1 pink, 1 teal, and the other one I should make a pink and teal swirl. Very good suggestions. I have sometimes used a tablespoon or so to soften butter and the powdered sugar frosting. Makes it more like buttercream. Yes, good suggestion, Karen. Yeah, because like I said, a buttercream frosting, for instance, has butter in it, and also when butter solidifies, I can't talk today at all. So butter solidifies, it actually gives it that more of a crusty, I don't know what I call it, crusty, more of a solid to it, and it is better, and it keeps it from running too much. So that is good. Hey, James, can you give a shout out to Ferguson Plays? It is your grandson's YouTube. Oh, well, awesome, Debbie. So yeah, Ferguson Plays. I'll have to check that out too. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. And I'm guessing that's some sort of gaming channel because he must play, like, I guess I would guess video games. Why is my phone always going off when I'm doing a live thing? But yeah, so just ignore the phone. Yeah. Let's see. Do you do special things for St. Patrick's Day and Easter? Sometimes I have. And hey, Brenda, In the past, I have. If you look through my channel, I have other recipes where I've made St. Patrick's Day recipes and also Easter recipes. Every once in a while, I'll make something. I did do the Shamrock Shake last Sunday. Well, Sunday for YouTube, and I think it was Monday for Facebook. So I did the Shamrock Shake. That's more of a St. Patrick's Day ahead of time thing. Just going to check these. These are still quite warm. Don't want to put that icing on there yet. But yeah, that's really good, Debbie. I'll have to check out your grandson's YouTube channel. I'll have to check that out for sure. Hey, James, what did I miss? Well, yeah, no problem. So I'll show you what, if you came in here late, this is what we made so far. These are homemade Pop-Tarts using a pie crust. Now I'll try to walk through it. So we use this pre-made pie crust, cut them out into rectangles, and we filled the inside with some strawberry jam, put the other top back on there, put them in the oven. I think it was, 10 minutes or so in the oven. Of course, coated it with egg white so you get that nice brown, flaky crust. And these, right now, we're waiting for them to cool because we also made some frosting that's going to go over top. And you guys decided between teal and pink, so we went teal and pink. And we are trying to decide whether we should do one teal, one pink, and one swirl, or whatever. And then once we put that frosting on, immediately we're going to take our Fruity Pebbles and we're going to sprinkle that on there too. So it'll be a Fruity Pebble Pop-Tart. And I can't wait to try this. It's strawberry inside. Now, you can put other fruits on the inside, maybe like a berry or like, I don't know, blackberry would be cool, I think, too. I don't know. What else should we put in the inside? There's a lot of choices, really. So Jesse says swirl. Yeah. Make it funky. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Earlier, somebody suggested that we do one blue or one teal, one pink, and then a swirl one. And I think that's a good suggestion. I think that's how we're going to do it. Sounds good, swirl. How about Easter braids? Or Easter braid? I don't know what that is. Is that like bread? Easter bread? Is that, maybe that's what that is. Chocolate. Chocolate, I can always get on board with chocolate for sure. Make one teal, one pink, and one swirl. There you go. I think that's what we're going to do. One teal, one blue, and one swirl. Yep. We're letting them cool down now. Strawberry and cream cheese filled Pop-Tarts. Now that sounds good. That sounds almost like a cheesecake Pop-Tart, which is really cool. Some Fruity Pebbles on the inside. I thought about doing that, and I thought it might have been a little overkill. Maybe crumbling them up and put them on the inside as well, but I don't know. You could try it. Maybe try it. I should have tried it with one just to see. Let's see. Yes. Is Fruity Pebbles available Amazon for your country? I'm not sure. I know it's hard to find in some places maybe, but yeah, you really have to check and see. Yeah, that's the only problem when we're getting recipes off the internet is sometimes things aren't available in other places, and I understand that. And sometimes I can give you pretty good suggestions. For instance, if I'm making a s'mores, I know graham crackers aren't available around the world. So they use digestive biscuits in a lot of other countries, and they're very similar. They're not exact, but they're similar, and they have the same consistency, so you can use those. That's one substitute I know you can use. And I'm just checking these. They're coming along. They're still a little warm, but I can hold them in my hand. Can't wait to make these with kids. Yeah, Debbie, these are just a cool thing to make, and how easy it was. The biggest thing is just waiting for them to cool down a little bit before we put our frosting on top, because I know once I do, it's going to run all over the place because they're still that warm. Have you heard of Rice Krispie Treat Cheesecake? It's 2 desserts in one. Yeah, I'm all on board for that. Rice Krispie Treats I like. Cheesecake I like. So yeah. Peanut butter and jelly with banana inside and chocolate on top. You know, I made something similar to that before. I used not the pie crust, but I used a like a puff pastry. And I did that. I did like chocolate and bananas inside of it. And I'm trying to think how. I think I might have put marshmallows in there too. I'm not sure. James, you should go on a Netflix cooking show. Nailed it. Yeah, that'd be great. Call me up, Netflix. I have been painting today. Egg crates and your team are going to do but Easter egg hunt, and when I get done painting it. Oh, awesome. You're getting all ready for Easter. Awesome. I love it. Hi, James. Love your videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I have a really cool video coming out this Sunday. I can't wait for it. I'm not going to give it away. It's just, I'm really excited about it. The video coming out this Sunday on YouTube. I will be at Playlist Live in Orlando, but I have my phone and I'll be checking the comments. So when the video comes out at 2 o'clock Sunday, make sure you comment. If you like it, share it. I'm really excited about it. It's a food video, of course, but it's a little different. I put a lot of work into it and I hope it does well. It's just one of those things you never do know. Chocolate s'mores Pop-Tart. I'm all on board with a s'mores Pop-Tart. Absolutely. But yeah, so I'm really excited about it. I met somebody at VidCon London a couple weeks ago, and pretty big YouTuber, and I'm excited because this is kind of it's like a video kind of about them in a way, but it's food. Do I have an air fryer? I do not have an air fryer. A company reached out to me about an air fryer a couple different times, and I don't know. I might use one eventually. I don't know. You have an air fryer, made donuts, and we're amazing. A lot of people I hear talking about the air fryers really love them. So, yeah. Do I work out? Not very well. I used to work out often. I haven't worked out in probably 2 years. It's pretty bad. I need to get back in the gym. Diane says she loves her air fryer. That's what I hear from people. They love it. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Brenda. Appreciate that. So we are coming along. Our Pop-Tarts are cooling down enough to where we can actually put our icing on there. So now comes the fun part, guys. We're going to put our icing on our Pop-Tarts. I want to angle the cameras down so you can see what we're doing, because this is the fun part. So let me start off with Facebook. I'm going to angle you down so you can see us put this icing on there, and of course the little Fruity Pebbles. How's that? That's good. All right, so let me get my Fruity Pebbles ready. Got to do that. Now, this is the smallest one. I'm thinking that'll be the swirl. We can do like a solid blue, a solid pink, and then the swirl in there. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. All right, so here we go. Thank you so much, Brenda. All right, so I'm going to do this one pink. Now, you don't have to put a lot of this on there. Really just put, because it is still a little warm, so it will run a little bit. Go for it. Do it. Okay, so I'm only going to put a little bit right in the middle. And like I said, you don't need a lot. It's going to run. You see how it kind of just runs all over the place? And that might have been a little much, but that's okay. I'm just going to spread it with my hands, try to keep it near the middle more. I said my hands, my fork. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. All right. So I think that's good. I may have put just a touch too much. But you see, if it's that consistency, it'll run just perfectly. And that one's good. Now, we'll do the blue one. And again, this time, hopefully I won't put too much on there. We'll just a little bit right in the middle. I think that's good if I'm... So I said, you really don't need a lot of this, this frosting. A little bit goes a long way. There we go. Now, to do the swirl, should I do blue with pink swirled on there? I think. But you see the pink, how much it's spread on that pink? Yeah, see, it's a lot. Do both on one. That looks really good. Thank you. Oh, while this is still wet, before we even go to that, I'm going to take some of our Fruity Pebbles. Very important to do this while it's still wet. And we're going to just sprinkle some Fruity Pebbles on here. You don't want so much that it covers everything up. You want to be able to see that pink, but all these bright colors. Look at that. Now, I think that's good. What do you think? Pretty good on that? So I just have that one, which we have to do the swirl, which that's great. Thank you, Diane. Will we be able to go back and rewatch the video? Yes, you will. On if you're on Facebook, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna hit post, and then you'll be able to go back from the very beginning and watch from the start. You won't be able to do it until I hit post, but that's okay. Once this is done, I hit post. It doesn't take long for it to happen. All right, so let's see. The pink one looks like Homer's favorite donut. You're right. It kind of does, that donut. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and kind of just swirl this a little bit. And then I'll go through with the pink. All right. And do the same, but over a different line, like. I might do some more blue. What do you think? A little bit more blue? Just a touch more. So which one do you guys like the best? Do you like the swirl, the pink, or the blue? Really pretty and fun. That's what this is about. It's about having fun. So love the swirl. All right, so let's put some. Oh, that's a lot right in one little area. I'll try to spread that out a little bit. I think that's pretty good. Not bad. So, okay. You have to be fair. My granddaughter also has a YouTube channel, and she needs a shout out too. Let's see. Or is it Ashley Michelle? She met you at CookieCon. Oh yes. Okay, cool. So yeah, Ashley Michelle, check it out. I have to check it out too. Hopefully I'll go through the comments so I can read these and remember the names. But yeah, definitely check it out. Your family's awesome. Too bad you couldn't have been there. I know you're traveling during all that. All pretty cool. Thank you. Definitely want to make these for your grandnieces. Oh, cool. One does not choose Fruity Pebble Pop-Tarts, but by taste. Yes. Yes, you see that purple. It looks awesome. Thanks. Yeah, the purple kind of came through anyway. So the people who are asking for purple, having that teal and the pink, it kind of made the purple in some of that spot anyway. So it worked out fine. Make Mountain Dew slushies. I have made Mountain Dew slushies. Yeah, I've done that before. It did pretty good. Swirl is better. That's what Trevon says. I love how you take the time, look through the comments, reply to most. Yeah, I try. I enjoy the comments. I enjoy the people who watch. It's a lot of fun. It is a social network. So keep that in mind. Social means you socialize. Let us know how they taste. Oh, we're going to do a taste test in a minute. Now, you guys have to decide which one I should actually taste. And I have to do a couple pictures first, of course, right? Let me move some stuff out of the way. And I got to get a good picture. And of course, I put it on a good plate, but now the plate's all messed up. We will, let's see. Oh, I can just, this is what I can do. So now, a good idea for a good picture is to kind of We'll lay that out there. The pink kind of ran off a little bit, but that's okay. We'll do this sort of like that. And then we'll do the swirl one right in the middle. I think that's a good spot right there. So as you can see, look how messy that is. Now, if I did that in the picture, it wouldn't look very good. So now I'm gonna set this up so that we'll have the Fruity Pebbles logo in the background. And then I'll do one without the Pebbles logo, move some other stuff out of the way. So bear with me. I know you're looking at a box right now. It's not the prettiest thing, but we'll get a picture and then we'll move that out of the way. Yep. Maybe a couple pictures here. Actually, I don't even like the box in there. Okay. We're going to do it without the box. Yeah, that's the hardest part. We have to get the good pictures, right? So we can post on Instagram and no, let's see. Get a couple like that. We got to get the swirl one because everyone loves a swirl, right? And I'll do one of these little called a hero shot. There we go. And I'm really upset that I spilled the pink food coloring right here because it messes up my shot. But that's okay. We'll get it. Almost done with the pictures, and then we can eat this thing. All right, so now we're going to eat this. Let me fix the lighting, put the cameras back up. Is your table stained now? No, it's it's actually just, let me move that. Okay, so great. So actually that table is just wallpaper, and it's wood grain wallpaper. And I change that wallpaper every couple of times because I usually spill something on it or whatever. Don't forget the milk. Yeah, you know what? That'd be good. So which one did you guys want me to eat first? I saw a couple of comments for swirl. Should I eat the swirl one first, pink one, or blue? Here, so you can see. Blueberry and blackberries. That would be good inside there for sure. Kyler says swirl. Brenda says swirl. Lots of people say swirl. Don't forget your cup of milk. I know. Milk and this would be awesome. Swirl. Lots of people saying swirl. Yeah, I think swirl is going to win. We got to eat the swirl. One blue, one pink. Yes, swirl. Everyone says swirl. So we have to go with the swirl. Make everyone happy. So what this has in there, again, just to recap. This has strawberry inside. It's a Pop-Tart, homemade Pop-Tart, has strawberry jam inside of there. We covered it with a frosting, like an icing. Then we topped it with some Fruity Pebbles, which you can see the box back there. Swirl and Mountain Dew. So now we're going to try this out and see how it tastes, how good we are. Now, I've made Pop-Tarts on this channel before. I've made Mountain Dew Pop-Tarts. I've made Dr. Pepper Pop-Tarts. You can look at my YouTube channel. Just search. If you're on my channel itself, go in a little search bar, the one below, right at my channel, and you can search those up and you can see how to make them. And now you know how to make Fruity Pebbles Pop-Tarts. Okay, enough talking, right? Let's bite into this. It does look great, doesn't it, Romana? So here we go. We're going to try this out. So 1, 2. So you see, we got the strawberry and freshly made Pop-Tarts. There's nothing like this. I grew up eating Pop-Tarts for breakfast. You know, the kind that you have up in the cupboard, put it in the toaster, pops up. I ate those for breakfast a lot. And when you make one at home, the freshness of the dough, there's nothing that compares to this. So making your own Pop-Tart, if you've never done it, whether you do it like this or whether you do it, it's not showing. But the strawberry is not showing. So yeah. So whether you make it with Fruity Pebbles, whether you just make it with a strawberry or chocolate or any other one, I do suggest trying to make your own Pop-Tarts at home. There's nothing like it, like I said. The Fruity Pebbles, it really does give it a good flavor. I thought it wouldn't give us much flavor to it, but it really does. How long can I leave it in the fridge? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Personally, I would say eat them right away after they cool down, because there's, like I said, there's nothing like a fresh Pop-Tart. So only make as many as you're going to eat, and then that's it, because they're just not as good if you leave them out or leave them in the fridge. They would probably last a couple days, I would guess, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to taste the same for sure. The fresh ones are the best. What would you eat in blue? Or what would you eat in one bite? What could you eat in one bite? I could take a really big bite of this, but I'm going to not do that and look really bad on camera. Will it melt if I put it in the microwave or toaster? I would not suggest putting this in your toaster. With that frosting we have on there, it would mess up your toaster, or at least make it a big mess. So don't put it in your toaster for sure, unless it's one of those like toasters that look like an oven and you can put it on a pan or something. But that frosting will still melt if you put it on there. And but if you just had it like the stuff before the frosting, so let's say you made like 4 or 5 of them and you just cover one with frosting, eat the one and save the others for later, and then put it back in the toaster. And yes, if you want to put the frosting on a later time, you can do that. But once the frosting's on, you pretty much have to eat it, which isn't a problem because they're good. Definitely. Really good. And when this is done, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat the rest of all that because it is really good. So Brenda says 2 days. Yeah, about 2 days, I would say. Anything more than that, and like I said, even 1 day, it's not going to be all that great, to be honest with you. It's best right away. Have you ever tried Orange Crush and A&W Root Beer Pop-Tarts? I haven't, but I did the Dr. Pepper Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew Pop-Tarts. They're the ones I've done. Looks good, but please don't post so many kids' food. I am not interested. Thanks. I don't know what that. I don't even understand what that means. So you're not interested? Don't watch. Simple. You forgot the milk. Oh no, I have the milk. But yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun doing this. And as always, I appreciate all of your help helping me make this recipe. And I will close this out. But thanks again for everyone who came on, who commented, helping me decide what colors to make these. These are our Fruity Pebble Pop-Tarts. A lot of fun to make. Very good. The freshness of making your own Pop-Tarts are so much better than store-bought. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you click that big red subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button, follow. I get new videos all the time. And be on the lookout for this Sunday where I'll be making a really cool video. It's a recipe video. but I'm really happy with it. And if you haven't checked out my other videos, go check them out. Thank you everyone for coming on and helping me make this and sharing the night with me and making things go well. So hopefully you have a good week. If you're going to be in Orlando, Florida next week this weekend at Playlist Live, say hello to me if you see me. But if not, I will see you guys later. Have a good night, a good week, and I will see you guys later.